Games are all about freedom and sandbox to create those epic memorable moments, but most importantly, they have to be fun. That is exactly what players can expect if they play more realistic shooters or military simulation games. This genre is so vast and full of unique experiences that I couldn't possibly cover it all in a single video, but I want to invite you in and show you the genre that has given me countless hours of unscripted, funny.
Is that a good idea?
Yeah. Insane. Whoa. Ridiculous moments. This genre isn't just one single homogenized group, but they all have a set of values instilled in them to make it a more hardcore realistic shooter. Firstly, it needs to replicate and try to simulate real world damage, so expect it to be extremely punishing, which subsequently changes your playstyle because you need to be more careful and methodical. Being mindful of when you should and shouldn't reload. There is no quick draw to pull out your pistol to get them. It adds another dimension to the gaming experience. You need to be far more situationally aware. Most, not all, require you to communicate with your squad, which can create an experience in itself.
Alright, see you in a bit then. Holy
beep,
oh
beep,
my god.
man.
My
beep
ears.
Did he want to die or something?
No, he was a Confederate spy. Alright, let's go.
Oh, okay. Imagine taking orders from an officer in the Civil War of 1862 who's in charge of your regiment, telling you when to fire, when to move, and where to go. For example, I've had great moments in War of Rights, one in particular where our officer got us to charge into a group of Union forces. It didn't work out too well, but it was so immersive, and the dude's voice, well. I love your voice, sir. Woo! Go! Go! Oh shit, there's something! Or maybe being in the Second World War, being led by a squad leader who is then told what objectives they should capture or defend by a commander who's given their own set of powers to call in artillery, supply drops and strafing runs. On the surface it sounds tedious and boring, but after all this is semi-realistic, so expect goofy and funny moments. Expect not everything to go to plan, but when it does go to plan, the experience is even greater. And I notice that the moments I have in these types of games are memorable. It feels okay getting a high kill streak in Call of Duty or winning a game of Warzone, but I have so many more fonder memories whilst playing tactical games that I could never get in other titles. The downtime in battles can be peaceful. With most modern AAA first person shooters you have to be sitting up straight, coffee at the ready, can't look away to even blink because someone might come out and kill you. It almost becomes tedious and frustrating playing those games for long periods of time. And all of these realistic shooters and military simulation games want to make sure that they have the setting correct. These developers take pride in being historically accurate, getting the real gear they wore and the real locations these soldiers fought in. They want you to feel immersed in that world. It's not for everyone, but if you can have a bit of patience to learn the mechanics, you can master it and get the full experience. Many players say games have no skill anymore, they're too casual. Well, if you want something different and to have more of a learning curve, then try to get involved in these types of games. The community in these games as a whole are inviting and willing to help you out in learning about the title. Don't feel shy about asking questions because usually you will find that they want to help you learn the ropes. After all, The player numbers in most of these games are smaller compared to mainstream titles, so new players are welcome. These military shooters have a huge scope and scale. These games will typically have player counts of 100 plus, all featuring complex ballistic systems, artillery, voice proximity chat, stunning graphics and massive one-to-one scale renditions of iconic maps like Carentan. When you really put it into perspective, what these indie developers have already achieved is no short of a miracle, thanks mostly to Unreal Engine. I can't wait to see what the future holds for these games with Unreal Engine 5, and if we could see systems like Destruction implemented, that would be fantastic. The future looks bright, and moreover these titles are usually passion projects, no microtransactions, but still provide players with more content as the game evolves. Now with tactical games we are seeing completely free to play tactical shooters like the one that is being released by Blue Drake 42. The game is called Operation Harsh Doorstop, which will be completely free and will have full mod support, allowing players to create endless amounts of content. This is what sets these games apart in a big way from the likes of Call of Duty and Battlefield. These more hardcore military shooter titles are created because they are super passionate about making the games they really enjoy and building a community around that. These games ooze passion, which is why I would love to see more people get on board with them. If you are interested by any of the games you see in the video, I'll be sure to list every single game I showcased at the end of the video. I would personally love to see more players get to experience more of these tactical military shooters. We are starting to see more companies take the console platform seriously with the release of Verdun and Tannenberg. Insurgency Sandstorm has also been spoken about to be coming to consoles as well, but of course has been delayed, and hopefully that does end up coming to consoles as well. And most developers will say now, if the game has enough demand for that game to get developed by the consoles, they will try to port it over. It's no easy task. But if this ever became a reality where lots more of these fantastic games showcased in the video get ported over, that would be a brilliant day for gaming. Many gamers on console want to try them out, but don't want to buy a PC or don't have the funds to make that sort of investment, which is understandable. We are all gamers at the end of the day, and with more people purchasing these types of games in the future for PS5 and Xbox Series X, we could see this become a reality. Support your indie developers as much as you can and really keep an eye out on these up and coming projects. And if you are feeling burned out with AAA games from tired franchises like Battlefield, you really need to support these indie guys. They're doing things a lot of fans of the Battlefield franchise especially are crying out for. If you enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe, click that bell notification for more content like this, and until next time, have a good one. Oh, and maybe watch this video before you go.